This is Joshua Hart here for Seconds Out. Delighted today to be here in London at the Queen's Pub with Gareth A Davies. Gareth, a huge day for yourself. The soft launch of Call of the Warrior. Just talk to us about this amazing creation that you spent 5 years making.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Seconds Out, for coming down, and Josh, to you, for making the effort to come down from the Midlands today. Yeah. West Midlands? East Midlands. Nottingham, East Midlands. Froch country. Yes. Froch on fighting. Carl, you're not in volume 1, but you'll be in volume 2. Oh, I think he was throwing punches at your camera then. No, very proud of the book. It's taken 5 years. The photographs of Sonia Jasinski, Carlo Chianti, Chris Floyd, and Louis Kassam. Amazing book. Hail Mary Publishing. Please put the link in the story today. Very proud of it. Very heavyweight tome. 29 essays. All the major people in fight sports from today. So it's taken 5 years. Painstaking design. And it's got the best quality around it and the best quality people who've helped design and make it. Feel very honoured and very proud to be a part of it. Call of the Warrior. That call that we all love in the reason why we're called to be the scribes of them, to be the Boswells of today, to tell their stories.
And you got some great access to a lot of great fighters in there. You know, it ranges. I see the likes of Anthony Joshua, Barry Hearn, Eddie Hearn. But then you see a more modern day twist with the likes of KSI and Jake Paul. How are you able to get such great access with all these fighters?
Well, in 5 years, I do see all those people. And when we explained to them the concept of what we were doing, the only person that didn't want to be involved for now was Deontay Wilder, who I'm actually really quite friendly with. And I think Deontay will want to be in volume 2 when we do that. So when we finish, we'll have done everyone in the era. I want to do George Foreman, Mike Tyson in the second volume. I'm going to see Mike next week in Arlington, Texas, against Jake Paul. People really bought into the idea of being in the book. They wanted to be photographed. When Sonia and I go along and do a photo shoot with someone, it might be in the gym. Devin Haney was at the Barbers and in his hotel room. We went to training camp in San Diego with Saul Canelo Alvarez. We went to... It was a night I was hosting Tyson Fury on stage. I think that was in Nottingham when we were doing that one. I think it was Nottingham. Might have been Bristol. I can't remember where it was. We've been all over the world doing it. Ryan Garcia, the pics of him are extraordinary. No, it was a real... Bob Arum in his hotel suite in New York with his wife Lovey, posting a letter in the back of a limo with him telling us stories. People come alive when you do a photo shoot with them. So it was quite magazine-y rather than us in a gym doing a press conference. Sonia Jasinski deliberately avoided going to press conferences to do it. Yes, some of the shoots are in gyms, but we had very private, intimate, behind-the-scenes access. And that's how I wanted to write the stories as well, to make them meaningful. And the idea is you can flick through the book, open any essay on any page, and look at beautiful photos sometimes, or read a story about someone's life and why they feel the call of the warrior.
Well, it's a great book. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description so all the boxing fans out there can get it, whether it's for them or for a loved one this Christmas. But just to get some thoughts on some of the big talking points in boxing right now. Sunday evening, we saw the announcement that Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn will be under the same broadcaster in what seems to be a revolutionary change in boxing. What do you make of this move from Queensbury to go to DAZN?
Perfect storm. Right place, right time, right promoter. We know that Saudi Arabians, His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, is a big supporter of the DAZN platform. It's the most advanced. When they launched it was called over-the-top broadcaster, which is what they are. They're a 360. They're not an app anymore. They are a major online broadcaster. I've worked with them from time to time. They're very erudite. They're fast-thinking. They move on their feet very lightly. They've got great executives. They're at the cutting edge of the sport. Frank and Eddie Hearn, obviously Matchroom and Queensbury are both on there together from April the 1st next year. We will get so many more matchups interpromotionally. It's going to be like House Wars. Oscar De La Hoya will pitch his lot in, and then we've got them as a rival to Amazon. We might see Bob Arum and Top Rank go to Amazon. We might see DAZN buy football. Amazon have bought some big football rights, haven't they? This is the new wave. It's all becoming digital. It's not linear anymore. Ben Shalom and Boxer will probably have to find their way on at some point, unless Sky do their linear platform as well and make it more. So obviously they are linear as well. They are digital as well, because you can watch it anywhere on your app, on your phone, on your laptop, on your iPad. It's the way the world's going. I think it's a great move. Frank's always been very clever. He's always looked for the right moves. He's always had to invest in lots of ways. Look at Box Nation ahead of its time. BT Sport, a new entity. I worked for them for 6 years, presenting UFC, and they weren't savvy about all the online stuff, but they're getting there. Now they're TNT. TNT will probably still show big pay-per-view events. No, it's a great time for the sport right now.
Would you say we're in a bit of a transitional period, though? So we're going to see a lot of movement. I saw Izzy Asif of GBM Sports, who are with DAZN, say that their deal expires at the end of this year. Obviously, they want to extend, but with the movement, there's a lot. It's going to be a big transition period for boxing, isn't it?
Sorry about that. I'm getting warm. So much to think about. There is a transitional period. I mean, I've worked for Rising Stars Arabia in Abu Dhabi and Dubai. They're on that platform. They're taking small hall shows and the biggest shows and the biggest pay-per-views, and we'll probably have to pay a little more for the biggest pay-per-views. But I think if boxing fans know there's only 2 major platforms for all boxing, say it was Amazon and DAZN. I know we got Jake Paul and Mike Tyson on Netflix next week. They're probably looking at it as well. Big events on Netflix. So, yeah, I do think we're in a transitional period, but we're in a time of change, of transition. The last year, look what the Saudi Arabians, His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, done for boxing. They put the light heavies on the map. They put the heavies really on the map. And we've always said, Josh, in boxing, you've got heavyweight division and you've got the rest. You know your boxing. When heavyweight boxing's strong, boxing is strong, and that's where we are right now.
You mentioned obviously Riyadh Season and Turki Alalshikh. It seems that Turki Alalshikh has bought the Ring magazine as well. He has bought the Ring magazine. Yeah. What do you make of that move from His Excellency?
Well, it's a chance to promote their events. It's a chance for them to create a digital platform they haven't had before. Look what's happened in the last year and a week. That was when, October the 28th. Yeah, it's just over a week and a half and a year that Tyson Fury fought Francis Ngannou. It made massive waves. Everyone said it was comical, it was a farce, but look what we got. I know I did 12 podcasts on the Battle of the Baddest for the promotion, and everybody ran it down, but look at the figures that were involved. The likes of Mike Tyson, Dewey Cooper, the trainers from MMA, Tyson Fury getting upended in the 3rd round. Complete drama. The opening of the Riyadh season. In the last year, they've put Riyadh season on the map. Big time. And all the fantasy fights that we've ever wanted to see are now plausible. Even rescuable, in my view, is Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. I think boxing fans and the mainstream fans would still watch that fight.
Conor Benn was in the headlines again yesterday for a good reason this time. He has been cleared by the NAPD of any wrongdoing. While they have 3 weeks to decide to appeal. As it stands, he is cleared to fight. Just ready to get back, Conor, to get back in big fights now? Yeah,
I've interviewed him in depth in Riyadh recently. I spoke to his agent yesterday, Charlie Sims, of Towie fame. Charlie and his trainer, Tony Sims, and then Eddie Hearn, they will want him back in action as soon as possible. It would not surprise me if they are talking to the board right now about sitting around a table, trying to find a resolution. I think most of us would like to see him fight Chris Eubank Jr. There's a big weight differential from welterweight to middleweight, but Conor's hungry and hard and wants to do it. Chris Eubank's not getting any younger. I think he's 35 now. He had a little bit of wear and tear on him when we saw him against Camille Zarameta recently. Yeah, he knocked him down 4 times, but he was caught a few more times than you want him to be caught out in Riyadh. I wish him all the best. It'd be great for him to come back. He's been through a really tough time for 2 years, even to the point where he was contemplating suicide, which is horrible to hear about anyone. But I wish him all the best, and I hope he's back soon.
Just on the Eubank Jr fight, do you feel the perspective of the fight has changed in the sense of, due to what went on back in October 2022 with the fight cancellation, that when the fight was first made, it was the family history between Eubank Sr and Nigel Benn, but as time's gone, it seems to get a lot more personal between Eubank Jr and Conor Benn now. Do you feel that is what's happened over the last 2 years?
Oh yeah, it's a fight in its own right now. It's not about the fathers anymore. It's Ben Eubank 3 or Eubank Benn 3. But it's about what can Ben do at middleweight. Remember, he boiled down to 157, didn't he? And he looked like a ghost. And it didn't do him any good, in my view. And Liam Smith exploited that when they got in a ring together. I've seen fighters weight drain at that age to a horrific degree. People like Tony Ferguson in the UFC. I don't know if you follow that, but he never the same again. Never the same again. So Conor Benn, the onus is on Conor Benn now. Chris Eubank's put his thing out there. He's got his shtick for Conor Benn. Conor Benn played the game brilliantly in Riyadh. Cannot wait to see him back.
And then just lastly, Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois 2 does not seem to be happening now in February, which does leave a slot for a heavyweight to get their shot. The IBF have given a list of approved fighters that they will let fight for that title. One fighter that's not on the list, but we feel will be given a benefit of the doubt, is Joseph Parker. But out of the names that are available in that heavyweight scene, who do you really want to see Daniel Dubois face next?
Just to go back over what you're saying, Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua 2 was nonsensical immediately, given the nature of the mauling that Anthony Joshua took from Daniel Dubois in those 5 rounds on September the 21st. Wait to see what happens with Fury and Usyk. As I said, I think there's a Deontay Wilder fight out there for Anthony Joshua, a Dillian White fight out there for him, 2 Fury fights, a Usyk fight again, and a Dubois fight. If he wants to fight 6 more times, yes, the marketability barometer will go down if he ends up losing to those guys as he goes along. But if he wins 3 and loses 3, he's still a huge commercial commodity, a behemoth. In answer to the full question, Agit Kabayel would be a great opponent. I think he's number 3. But it looks like he may face Bob Martin Bacoli, Zhile Zhang. I think Joseph Parker deserves a shot. They could easily install him. That's a great fight, by the way. Parker's 270 pounds now. He's got put on a lot of weight, 25, 30 pounds. Saw him recently. Great style matchup as well. 2 resurgent fighters in the heavyweight division. Otto Wallin, because it's a voluntary, Otto Wallin, Guido Vianello, Efe Ajegba. I think all those are possible. We'll know in the next couple of weeks.
Well, Gareth, I'm going to leave it there. Again, congratulations on the book launch, and thank you very much for your time. Just one more show of the book. Look how beautiful it is. Go get yourself a copy. Link in the description.
Josh, thank you very much, and thanks to Danny, Flexen and the guys at Seconds Out for sending you down today. Thanks for making the journey. I really appreciate you all, and enjoy the book. It's a great Christmas present for anyone. It is 70 quid, but the link's there. Great Christmas present for anyone. Thank you for coming, Josh.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.